Did I hear my name?
You sure did, Rose. Today we're going to be doing a craft that actually uses household items, so it's kind of crafting for cheap.
Are you kidding? I love crafting on the cheap. I am crafting on the dollar after all.
I know. There's so many great videos on your channel about crafting on the dollar. It's amazing. For my fans, if you haven't already checked her out, check out Nanny Rose and Crafting on the Dollar. She's really great. But why don't we go ahead and get started with today's project, shall we?
How cool. I cannot wait to watch your video. I guess I'm done with this. Don't need it.
Whew! So glad I was able to catch this before it went in the trash. Hey everybody, it's Ian the Off-Kilter Crafter. Hope you're having a great week so far. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of cheap crafting. So many of you probably already know where these come from. This comes from a frozen meal from, I forget, but I'll look it up and put it down below in the description and may even put something in the video here, so keep an eye out for that. But this is a steamer tray from a TV frozen dinner, and we're going to be doing a little bit of crafting with it. I was actually able to get a cool idea for a cool card using this simple little plastic that you probably already have in your freezer at home. What I did is I took it and I actually cut the bottom part out. This part right here has this really cool pattern. Sorry, I was looking in the camera. So this part right here has a really cool pattern, and I thought, what a better way to use it than do some stamping with it. Maybe not stamping, but you'll see in the video. I'll break it all down for you. So what I did is I took this and I cut it down into this, and I made my very own little template using the bottom of that steamer tray. Looks really cool, and when we put it all together, we create a card like this one. There you go. Now you can see. Really cool and lots of fun. I used distress inks again out here on these. It almost looks like fireworks or something. So you can actually use the distress inks to create a really cool pattern using your little template here. I can see you. Using this, and I just put it over and laid down some ink and then created this really cool card. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the video and see how it was done. So the first thing I did is I took a piece of 110-pound Nina Solar White cardstock, and I scored it at 5.5. This is an A2 size card, so the front will be 5.5 by 4.25. The whole piece of paper will be 4.25 by 11 inches. So I went ahead and scored that, and I forgot to score my fold, so I'm going back in and using that bone folder on that score line to make sure everything's all set up and ready to go. For this project, I'm going to be using 3 distress inks. I'm laying them out right now. I'm going to be using Salty Ocean, which is that blue color. Then I'm using Squeezed Lemonade and Barn Door. Those are the 3 colors I'm going to be using, and now I sped everything up so that way we don't take 2 hours to get this card done. It didn't take me that long. It took me much less. Anyways, I'm using that bottom of that steamer tray like a stencil, and basically just taped it down using painter's tape, and then using a makeup corner, I'm applying the distress ink onto the card itself. So I'm going to retape that back down and do the same thing again. We're going to grab some of that Squeezed Lemonade distress ink, and I'm applying that straight to the card. Now, it's a good idea every time you change colors to go ahead and take off the tape, throw it away, and then I'm using a baby wipe to clean up the steamer tray part so that way it doesn't transfer the ink from one to the next. So now I'm going to go move to the barn door, and I'm taping my stencil back down again, using fresh tape because again we don't want to transfer colors from one to the next. Grabbing some of that distress ink and applying it straight to the card base. Boy, I wish I could color this fast. That would be awesome. Crafting would be so much easier if I could actually get everything done this fast. Anyway, so now I'm moving it again. I'm very gently peeling up that stencil. I peeled a little bit of the card off. That's okay. It's hard to tell, so I just went ahead and kept on moving along with this. And on the front of the card, I want it to be pretty even, but kind of random looking at the same time, so that's why I kind of put the distress ink in different places, wiping off that stencil once again, getting rid of all the red, cleaning it up as best as possible. You really have to get into those nooks and crannies because the dye will actually, or the ink will stay inside of those areas. So make sure when you're wiping, with the baby wipe, you use it very, very well. Moving on to the Salty Ocean and applying that up there in the top right hand corner, as you can see. And I'm trying to stay on the front side of the card. I should have placed some tape on the very edge of this card, so that way I didn't have any bleed over, but that's okay, not a big deal. It's going to be folded over, so no one's really going to notice that. And you can see on that red part I went over a little bit too, but that's okay. So I'm applying some more of that distress ink in the bottom right hand corner now. You really have to get into those nooks and crannies sometime, so that's why you see me going over an area several times. Peeling it up again, and I want one more just kind of barely on the page, so I'm trying to figure out how to put that stencil so that way I don't tape over everything I've done. And I add just a little more blue, and there you go. So I'm going to clean everything up, and then I'm going to use this stamp set from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm going to pull out the thank you sentiment. Place that onto my acrylic block. This acrylic block is from Close to My Heart. Absolutely love it because these stamps fit perfectly on it. So I'm going to grab my Versamark ink, ink up the stamp, and apply it onto that piece of blue cardstock. And then I'm going to go ahead and use some of my embossing powder and emboss this sentiment onto this blue piece of paper. There's my heat tool. My super duper heat tool. Call that Big Bertha because I don't think anybody has a heat tool like mine. Anyways, I'm going to heat it up until it's nice and good and melted, and then I'm going to cut it down in my Fiskars cutter. It had too much space on either side, so I wanted to cut it down, and then I'm going to go back and cut it even more to get it right up against that lettering almost. Then I take my Close to My Heart scissors and I cut, it wasn't straight, so I had to straighten it out a little bit. And I also cut one end to look like a ribbon, so that way it's kind of coming off one end and it looks like a ribbon. And I'm grabbing my foam tape, again Close to My Heart product, and I'm applying that straight to the back of this little sentiment with the ribbon look to it. And I love that there's two sizes of tape because it worked out perfectly. It was the perfect size. So I'm even putting it behind the little triangle pieces at the very end, pulling off all the backing, and then I'm going to apply that straight to the card. There it is there. Now I'm taking some glue, that's Scotch clear glue, and I'm applying it to the back of these sequins. You could use multiple different things. Ranger has multi-matte medium. There's also the glassy accents. You could apply that to that as well. Many different ways to apply these, but it needed just a little more because there was too much white space in the center of those fireworks or stencil areas or whatever you want to call them. And luckily enough I had sequins that were just the right color. They actually matched the card perfectly. There we go. So that's today's card. Hope you got some inspiration from using a household item to create something really cool. Show me what you can do. Take a look around your house and see if you can find unusual objects or objects that you wouldn't normally think for crafting and use them in a brand new way. So before I go, I do want to let everybody know that I added another prize to the 500 subscriber giveaway. So right now, I believe last time I checked, I had 375 subscribers. Thank you guys once again so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And first of all, you know, we had this already in the 500 subscriber giveaway. It's the We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch. Really, really cool. I don't even have this. So I'm kind of jealous at whoever is going to be getting this. And to add to that, I'm going to go ahead and throw in this cool pack of Sharpie brush tip markers. So there's the little picture right there. So check that out. There are 8 markers in this. Sharpie markers, Sharpie pins, brush, whatever, Sharpies. There's 8 Sharpies in that, so that will be added to the 500 subscriber giveaway, and I will be adding probably some more stuff in the near future, so stick around because I got this coupon from This is from Michael's, so, you know, who knows, I might go on a shopping spree. Really appreciate your patience with me this week, as I know this video is slightly late. I do apologize for that. So, hope everybody has a great day. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button up in the top right-hand corner so you can subscribe to all my great videos. And stick with me. We got a lot of great crafts coming up through November. I have a card that I've been working on and hope to cut it out this week. And hopefully that will be next week's video. So stick around. Lots to come here in November and December. Love you all. Have a good day. Bye. Great. Already messing up.
This, don't need it.
Wow. Again. No. I've already done 10 minutes. Oh, jeez. Anyways, alright. Whew.